Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Brawler, where we're back in the Chamber Crossroads after we defended 3 key locations against Orcish forces. So it's time to tell Bosley of our success.
We have weathered this storm, but I fear it may not be over.
Nope. Yes, they are simply too numerous. Well, that then is not going to be good news if that's the case. Oh, I remember. I have to take the one for might, not the one for... I'm just so used to choosing my rewards for a warden.
Bori's assault upon Marzog's fortress ended in tragedy, with most of the dwarves slain and Bori himself taken captive, as well as Ziegelberg. The dwarves elsewhere in Moria repelled, though barely, the retaliation of the orcs against them. But another attack could spell doom for Durin's folk.
What can we do to withstand this onslaught?
We cannot stand alone. We must seek new allies.
The orcs are simply too numerous, and with the support of Dol Guldur, Mazza can surely wage his war long enough to overturn our defenses. We must seek help of our own. Though the friendship of the dwarves with the elves of the Golden Wood has suffered strain over the long years, it has never, I hope, been totally abandoned. We need their assistance now more than ever, or we are lost. You must seek the aid of the Lady Galadriel. We dwarves know little of her, but it is said that she wields some great power. Some say that she is fell and perilous, others that she is kind. In this dire time, I would risk an audience with her, though I'm afraid. Speak with one of the wardens at the bounds of Lothlorien, and ask him to speak to the Lady of the Wood. Who better than you? You're an elf friend and a dwarf friend both. I understand that there may be a great platforms amongst the trees across the river called Nimradel, southeast of the Dimril Dale. You may find the wardens of Lothlorien upon them. Well, who better... Oh, that's right. No, I'm on a brawler, not a warden, so I guess there are better people to look for wardens. I have arrived at Talan Haldir, and there is Haldir himself. But before I speak to him, I noticed since the last scene that I have received a level 50 gold tracery. Is this my first gold tracery? That's really nice. Of course, it's a random one instead of one I get to select, so we can only hope. There's the innate strength, finesse, avoidance. Is that useful for anything? There aren't any traceries I wish to replace at this time, so what I'll do is I'm just going to hold on to it because the tier 1 range for legendary items is rather wide, and there will be additional slots opened up for traceries as time goes along. So I would have loved it though if it were not one of the masteries, but one of the other types of traceries, so that I would have been able to slot that one without any trouble. But that's what we've got, so let's speak with Haldir here and see what he will do.
Why should we aid the dwarves? It was folly for them to return to Moria.
This is a most singular request. You are a bold stranger to seek an audience with the Lady Galadriel. I, Haldir of Lorien, cannot permit you to enter into this land. Oh, wonderful.
It is no small matter to enter Lothlorien.
The orcs of Moria are awake. Once they are content to burrow into the deep roots of the Faniuthol the Grey, Celebil the White, and Carathras the Cruel, now they pour from the doors of the Black Pit to threaten these woods. You say that you have fought the orcs and goblins of Moria? If you're truly their foe, then show me. How many have you slain in the dark tunnels of Moria? Will I be satisfied that you are a friend, that you say, and not a spy in league with those forces who wish us ill? I will judge your tally, but I promise you nothing. Alright, so I have to complete Goblin Slayer and Orc Slayer in order to do this. Actually, I believe I have completed the advanced level of both of these deeds. So you better be satisfied. He's thinking. He's still thinking. Ah! He's finally thought.
The Lady Galadriel must be told of the evils the dwarves have disturbed within Moria.
The record of your victories affirms your claim, Pine Punch. I am sorry that I doubted you, but these are dangerous times. We have had many strange visitors in the bounds of Lothlorien before you. Many strange ones? What, even stranger than hobbits?
If you are trustworthy, we have need of your aid.
I've sent word to Lady Galadriel. She will weigh your needs and determine what role the elves will play in the new deeds in Moria. In the meantime, I would appreciate your help in patrolling the boundaries of the wood. Speak to my brothers, Rumil and Orafin, and offer them your aid. They speak little of the common tongue, but hatred of orcs will be understood by all enemies of the one enemy. You will find them in the shores of Nimradel to the north. If you walk along the northern banks of the river, you will find my brothers. All right, fine. I will find your brethren and help them against whatever may happen. I take it this is one of them? Remo bows his head to you and points to the distance, away from the eaves of Lorien. He then shrugs and puts his hands on his bow. In other words, he hasn't seen any orcs in the area recently. Alright, well, I guess that's good to hear or see or gesture or whatever sense I'm using. Any trouble here? Orphan is about to speak when something distracts him. Ugh! Well, based on that, I assume that's their word for orc. Yeah, like that. Oh, okay, well, we'll just have to punch him. Now you. Alright, and you. Oh, are there more of them? Yeah, there are more of them. Hello. I have no idea if they understand me. I mean, the orcs understand me. Okay, and now your turn. Mapanas, Avadosi na Chaldeer. Whatever. First location was clear. The second one we had to deal with a couple of orcs.
You have my thanks.
I thank you for helping my brothers and for safeguarding the elves of Lorien. The Lady Galadriel has sent word to me concerning your position and the fate of the dwarves. I will relay you that message, alright?
We do not allow outsiders into the Golden Wood.
A short time before your arrival, an even stranger company came to Lorien. Blindfolded, they were brought to Kirin Amroth, and in no way would we endanger the safety of our land. Sad tidings they brought with them, and grief. The Lady Galadriel sent a small party of elves into Moria following the tidings that company brought with them. She says, if you wish to save the dwarves, you will render your aid to those elves, and their task in Moria will be very important. They have made a small camp in Gwathrendoth, the Shadowed Refuge, among the foundations of stone. The lady says that an evil greater by far than the orc presence lies beneath the foundations of stone, and must be faced if your dwarves are to be saved. Wonderful! The dwarves are about to be exterminated by orcs, and now I'm being told, oh no, no, the orcs are the least of their problems. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. Currently, I am level 57, and I really don't want to go into the Shadowed Refuge until I'm level 58. So I think I'm going to run a skirmish or two in order to correct that situation. I decided that a few Trestlebridge missions might be more in order. Ah! The enemy has spawned in. There's something about this mission where the enemy seems to always be slow in spawning in, so you gotta be careful there. I've had cases where I have gone through the bulk of it, picked up most of the items, and then suddenly the enemy decided, hey, it's okay, time to spawn in! We're here! It was rather creepy, though, going through the place, picking up all the items and no one attacking me. Okay, the elf is annoyingly grabbing the attention of additional mobs. That doesn't help things any. Alright, let's take care of this wolf keeper. And maybe we could get that elf under control. Though I have a feeling that Haldir won't appreciate it if I go around saying that. I shouldn't be bad-mouthing elves at a time like this when we're in desperate need of their aid. Normally I do this one clockwise, but seeing how lately I've been doing most of my missions with other characters counterclockwise, following right-hand rules, so to speak, and see how this mission goes if I do it that way instead. Now, let's try going around this way. Now, this is probably not a good area for actually doing a purely right-hand rule area, but I could take a nod to it by doing it anti-clockwise. I don't think it really makes much of a difference. And you... I'm not too sure what they do there. I presume they're summoning some sort of reinforcements. I think they summon more dogs or something like that. That would be something that would make sense for what I've seen so far. Hello. Welcome. Oh. Where'd you come from? Oh. I mean, I guess I could find out what they summoned by just letting them do it, but I'm into the habit of trying to interrupt them, so I don't want to break that habit, because if I break that habit, then I might get complacent about that, and I have all these reinforcements coming through. Wouldn't be a good idea. Alright, here we go. Oops. Well, it looks like... Yeah, I mean, this is... I have a feeling there isn't much that's going to stop that one. Yeah, it is a dog. Alright. Well, at least I answered the question. But yeah, I managed to bring out a few too many enemies there. I obviously did that one very poorly. Oh, come on! This is going to get really annoying very quickly. Alright, there you go. Oopsie daisy. Oh, I really don't like it when I get charged for casting the interrupt, but the interrupt doesn't happen. Alright, and I was pretty sure that I got that out in time. I think a lag might have let that one come through. Oh. Alright, let's take out a few more of these. Here we go. I figure if I do enough of these missions, because I still haven't done the mission deed for Trestlebridge, which is rather strange. I mean, by the mission deed, I mean having done all 10 missions at least once. I figure that by the time I finish that one, I'm pretty sure to be at level 58 and be ready to continue along the way. So I'm not going to show most of them on camera. We'll be starting the next episode probably in the Foundations of Stone. Either in the Foundations of Stone or getting ready to head over there. It depends, because one of the reasons why I want to get to 58 first is because level 58 is when you unlock the next class quest. And of course, the next class quest is going to be an important step relating to the Brawlers. Because it'll be very specific to the Brawler, of course. And since the idea there is to show anything that's specific to the Brawler during the series, obviously I don't want to go all the way to the Foundations of Stone and not have the class quest unlocked. Obviously, I wasn't working along very well because I'm very definitely not going through right-hand rule here. But I do see this robber here who is trying to get by me. Let's see, what do we have here? We've got one more stolen good and a few more cages. And then we will be done. 8. 9. That leaves just one more. That is over here. And actually, for once, the end is at a convenient location. Because whenever I go in the other direction, I usually wind up finishing in a rather... Oh, come on. Don't hit the wrong button. There you go. It doesn't matter what class I play, I'll still keep on hitting the wrong buttons. There we go. Now let's get out of here. Mission complete. Let's grab the reward. I commend your efforts. Come, let's return and report our success. Alright, let's go. I have time for just one more quick mission in this episode, and that's of Zval's Fang Stand, which is the shortest of them. Let's head on up here quickly. I noticed after the previous mission that I somehow got an infused adamant. I don't know how, because I couldn't see where I got it in, maybe in the Cotfast mission, and I would have thought that if I had an infused gem drop there, it would have been a sapphire rather than an adamant. So I was a bit surprised to see an adamant drop. Now, I did check to see whether it might have been one of the orcs that dropped it. As far as I could tell, it wasn't one of the orcs that out while defending Lothlorien, so I have no idea where that came from, but I guess that means I should run the spider nest at the start of the next episode. So I would like to do that at level 58 if possible. So I will continue to level up a little bit, and I will see you there at the spider nest when we return for the next episode of Piney Plays of the Brawler.